Township. And guard, a 5'7" senior, number 11, Maddie Miller. And guard, a 5'8" junior, number 14, Ellie Hanlon. And forward, a 5'10" junior, number 15, Katie Fife. Center, a 6'3" senior, number 24, Emily Correll. And guard, a 5'9" senior, number 25, Sam Higgins. The Lady Indians are coached by Pete Serio, who is assisted by Dawn McCullough, Rachel Wadowski, and the one and only Kara Kayla. And now for the lineup for your Lady Panthers of Upper St. Clair. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 14, Maggie Betchard. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 5, Haley Lohman. At forward, a 5'11" sophomore, number 44, Tori Bishop. At guard, a 5'7" junior, number 23, Grace Highland. And at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 21, Emily Muller. The Upper St. Clair Lady Panthers are coached by Mr. Ernie Cooks, who is assisted by Mike Guano, Jim Cooks, Gary Ansolino, and Greg Wagner. The officials for tonight's game are Tim Zola, Elaine Anderson, and Sarah Blue. The head official, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sam Blue.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Cable 7 Upper St. Clair Girls Basketball. My name is Kevin McGahee. My videographer will be Chance Waters tonight, and it's our pleasure to bring you the first telecast of the brand new year, 2009. This time, the Upper St. Clair Lady Panthers welcome from south of the border, the Allegheny County border, that is, the Lady Indians of Peters Township High School. Starting lineup for the Panthers will be identical to what you might have seen all season long for the Peters Township Indians. A senior, number 11 guard, Maddie Miller. A junior, Ellie Hanlon, number 14. Junior, Katie Fife is number 15. Emily Corial, the dominating senior, 6'3" senior, number 24. And senior Sam Higgins, number 25. We're underway. Opening tap controlled by the Panthers. Maggie Betchard has it. Gathers it up and hands it right over to Haley Lohman, array around the back. Both the Panthers and Indians come in here with identical records at 6-5. 3-2 section records, and we have some common opponents in hand. Emily Muller with the first shot off the rim, no good. Ripped out of there. Maddie Miller bringing it, hustling it across the timeline. Emily Corial down low. Panthers playing a 2-3 zone. They've done that quite a bit this year. Long three-point attempt. Looks like Maggie Betcher might have gotten a piece of it. Tori Bishop down with it. Gets it to Haley Lohman, who eases it up across the timeline. Half-court defense. Looks like a 2-3 zone put on by the Peters Township Lady Indians as well. There's Grace Highland on the far right side. Haley Lohman out front looking for some help down low. Maggie Betchard finding Tori Bishop. One dribble up and off the Emily Corial block, no good. Maggie Betchard gathers it back in now to the right side from about 15 feet. Off the rim, no good. A rebound, number 25. That is Sam Higgins for the Lady Indians. 1 minute gone in the contest so far, no score. One zone defense now put on by the Lady Panthers. That traps underneath. That's to keep Emily Corial out of the scoring zone. She has it right now. Emily Muller over the top. Grabs the ball and on the court, Haley Lohman up over the top. Maggie Betchert, but grabbed away by Ellie Hanlon of the Lady Indians. Zipped across the timeline again. That was a double dribble. Maddie Miller picked it up, held it on her hip for just a second, touched it with both hands, double dribble. Sends that turnover. The ball goes right back to the Upper St. Clair Panthers. 6:24 to go, first quarter. Still no score. Tori Bishop back to Emily Muller from about 10 feet, and it's off the back rim and good. Emily Muller. First 2 points for her, first 2 Panther points, and stolen by Maggie Betchard, left side, Haley Lohman with left hand, and up. Haley Lohman with 2 off the quick hands and the steal on the defense, and it's 4-0 Upper St. Clair. Steal again, Grace Highland this time. No bucket. Maddie Miller coming down with the ball for the Peters Township. Fouled with the body by Grace Highland. Panthers putting on some pretty quick defense to start this game. 5:56 to go, first quarter. And I'm almost out of breath with the action that's been happening here. The Peters Township Indians are zipping it across the timeline. Panthers playing some excellent defense, which has resulted in a couple of steals already. Right side against the 1-3-1 zone. 3-point attempt from the baseline. That's good. That is Sam Higgins. Opens the scoring for the Lady Indians of Peters Township. It's 4-3 Panthers. Back to the 2-1-2 or 2-3 zone. The Peters Township Indians are playing. Tori Bishop in the lane. Takes a look. Brings it right back out. No need to hurry. Patience is key. As that cross-court pass, Maggie Betcher from 3 just ticks the rim and down. Or gathered in by Maddie Miller. Racing it up against the timeline again. Across the timeline, rather. Finds Emily Coriel down low. That'll be pretty easy for her. She is their scoring leader. Finds a little turnaround jumper. A layup, rather. And it's 5-4. Indians grab their first lead. Grace on the right back to Emily Muller from about 12. And that, rattled it in and out. Doesn't get much more in than that. But it did come right back out. And Maddie Miller once again with the rebound, but just oozing it up across the timeline this time. 4:45 to go. First quarter, 5-4. Lady Indians lead. It's still real early. Another 3-point attempt, way off. Nothing but air that time by Sam Higgins. Haley Lohman snatching that ball out of thin air, bringing it across. Tori Bishop at the free throw line. Takes a look with no shot. Long 3-point attempt by Haley Lohman. Another one. In and out. Tori Bishop again up and in. Tori Bishop. Right place, right time. 3 buckets from 3 different scores for the Panthers so far tonight. And it's a 6-5 Panther lead. Maddie Miller against the full court, man-to-man pressure. Right down Main Street, Emily Muller defense not effective. Maddie Miller taking it coast to coast. Her first 2. 7-6 Lady Indians lead. Going right back and forth here. Panthers and Lady Indians trading buckets. Maggie Betcher with a 3-point attempt off the front of the rim, no good, and rebounded by, Sam Higgins and Emily Muller battled for it. Emily Muller last one to touch it. The ball out of bounds to Peters Township under their own basket. 3:45 to go. First quarter, 7-6 Lady Indians lead. The high-low play called by Maddie Miller. Tori Bishop now in charge of keeping the ball away from Emily Coriel, rather. She's number 24, the 6. Oh, they're stolen right by Grace Highland. Sort of a lazy pass, and Grace up with it. She'll be fouled. That'll be on Ellie Hanlon, number 14, her first team foul. That'll send Grace Highland to the line, shooting 2.
Fouls on Ellie Hanlon. Peters Township goes first. Grace Highland in the line for Panthers.
First free throw attempts of the night for the Panthers. Panthers have had a pretty good free throwing year so far. And there's one for Grace Highland. She's in the book. 4 different scores so far tonight for the Panthers, spreading it around. Second one is up and off the back of the rim, and good. Panthers grab the lead back. It's 8-7 with just under 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Maddie Miller against the Haley Lohman defense, and she travels with it, takes an extra step. Turnover gives the ball back to the Panthers with a chance to stretch this lead out to 3. The largest lead has been 4. Panthers scored the first 2 buckets of the game before Peters came back with a 3-point shot and then a bunch of 2-point buckets. Emily Muller at the free throw line. Grace Highland looking toward the hoop, finds Tori Bishop, but stolen away by Katie Fife. She's number 15 for Peters Township. Good thought, but Katie Fife stepped in the line of the pass and snatched it away. 2:49 left in quarter number 1. From the right side, about the 18 feet off the rim, no good. Haley Lohman with a rebound. Trapped in the corner. Emily Muller coming down with it, out to Grace Highland and across the timeline in the hands of Maggie Betcher. Tori Bishop down low makes the turn, goes up with it, but blocked from behind. Off Emily Muller's hand and out of bounds. It'll be Peters Township ball under their own bucket. Maddie Miller taking her jolly time, getting it across into the zone, into the offensive zone. Emily Corial from the baseline, rim no good, and ripped out of there by Maggie Betcher. Trapped again in the corner, stolen away this time. There's a double dribble. It was a good steal by Ellie Hanlon, but she did double dribble it, put two hands on the ball. That turnover sends it right back to St. Clair for another chance to stretch out this lead a little bit. It's 8-7 Lady Panthers. 2 minutes now to go first quarter. Stolen by Maddie Miller, had her hands up and got in the way of that. That dribble goes coast to coast, no good. Haley Lohman with some pretty good defense, and enough that she bothered Ellie Hanlon, who reached in. That'll be Ellie Hanlon's second personal, second team foul. Ellie's a junior guard, and she'll be substituted for, that'll be number 20's on the floor. This is Sarah Grippy. And number 21, Katie Kushma, 21's Katie Kushma. For the Panthers, Taylor Gensler on the floor now, 22. She's a sophomore, Taylor Gensler. And with 1:45 to go. Panthers with the ball. Another chance to stretch out that 8-7 lead. Grace Highland from three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Peters Township, Sarah Grippy. Finds Sam Higgins for a nice 15-foot baseline jumper. 5 points tonight for Sam Higgins. Lady Indians grab the lead back. It's seesawed back and forth since the beginning of the game. Taylor Gensler finds Haley Lohman down low. Puts it up, no good. Emily Muller with a rebound. Tori Bishop up and no good. And ripped out of there by Sarah Grippy again. Melissa Morgan on the floor. I missed that substitution earlier. Sorry, Melissa, but she's for the Lady Indians. Rim no good. Tori Bishop down with a rebound. Needs to protect that ball. Almost slapped away. 50 seconds to go. Under a minute now. Lady Indians lead 9-8. My guess is Panthers will go for the last shot. They're known for doing this. Emily Muller down low into the Emily Corial defense. Off the rim, no good, but Tori Bishop with the rebound and the putback. Tori Bishop. 2 buckets, 4 points, and 35 seconds left. Panthers grab the lead back at 10-9. There's Emily Corial driving toward the hoop through the lane. Blocking foul will be called. They had a choice of two. Could be Taylor Gensler, could be Emily Muller. Let's see. That is on Emily Muller. That'll be her first. First Panther team foul, but this will send Emily Corial, number 24, to the line, shooting two. First one is up and right straight through. Good form, good result. 3 points on the night for Emily Corial. Second one is up and also down off the back of them, just like you like to see it. And they've traded points again. It's 11-10. 1 point, Lady Indians lead. 25 seconds left first quarter. Let's see what Coach Kuntz has for his charges. Grace Highland being very patient. Finds Emily Muller down low off the rim, off the backboard rather. And in, Emily Muller standing all by herself underneath. 2 buckets, 4 points for Emily Muller. It's stolen by Emily Muller. One more chance with 6 seconds to go. Can Haley Lohman run it down? She can, but is there enough time to shoot? And no, Haley Lohman rather. Speedily chasing that ball down, and some pretty nifty defense put on by the Panthers in quarter number one. You can tell by my voice, it's been a frenetic, fast-paced first quarter that the Panthers end up leading 12-11. But ever since the first 2 buckets by the Panthers, they've basically traded 2-pointers. Here's a quick scoring summary so far for the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Emily Muller, 2 buckets for 4 points. Tori Bishop, 2 buckets for 4 points. Grace Highland, 2 of 2 from the line for 2 points. And Haley Lohman also with 1 bucket for 2. That all adds up to 12 for the Peters Township Lady Indians. Sam Higgins, the senior guard, with 2 buckets, one a 3-pointer. She's in there with 5 points. Emily Corial, the senior center, 1 bucket and 2 for 2 from the line for 4 points. And Maddie Miller, the senior guard, also with 1 bucket for 2 points. That adds up to 11. No serious foul trouble. The Panthers have 2 team fouls, and the Peters Township Lady Indians with 2, but they're all in one person by Ellie Hanlon. We'll open the second quarter now with Peters Township getting first crack at the ball. The Upper St. Clair Panthers got the opening tip. And it's in play in the hands of Marissa Morgan. Freshman guard for Peters Township. Grace Highland with the defense. Whacks it out of bounds into the crowd, and it stays with the Peters Township Lady Indians. It's a man-to-man on the inbound. Let's see what the defense is once they get set up. Looks to be man-to-man all the way right now. A little shift, no more zone. That was off the rim, and who's got it? Haley Lohman comes out with it off the tips off the Tori Bishop's hands. Haley Lohman finding Taylor Genser on the right side. Neglects not to take a shot. Grace Highland, though, for three, up and off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Emily Corial. Maddie Miller quickly down the lane. Shot by Sam Higgins, no good. Ripped out of there by Taylor Gensler. Panthers again with a ball and a chance to build that lead to three. They haven't been able to do it since they led 4-0 in the first quarter. Grace Highland finds Tori Bishop at the free throw line. Almost loses it. There's Haley Lohman driving toward the bucket, but she won't get around Emily Corial. She ends up palming the ball, coming up from underneath the ball and over the top. That's a violation. Turnover sends the ball right back to Peters Township. Emily Corial way out front. Little spin move against the Emily Muller defense. Somebody's over the back. Looks like that'll be Sam Higgins for Peters Township. That's her first. 3 team fouls now, so both teams have a lot of fouls to give. 6:50 to go in the first half. Panthers lead 12-11, and unable to get that lead past the one mark. Emily Muller at the free throw line takes a shot from 15, rim no good. Troy Bishop had it for a second. Taylor Gensler, no, Emily Corial ends up coming away with it. In Peters Township, Marissa Morgan zipping it across the timeline, finds Emily Corial down to the baseline right side. Off the rim, no good. Sarah Grippy with the Peters Township rebound. Emily Corial with the drive to the hoop. It'll be a foul. Let's see who they call it on now. It'll be on Tori Bishop.
Foul's on Tori Bishop, number 44 for the Panthers. It's her first foul.
Her first.
13 foul.
3 team fouls. Emily Corial, the line shooting 2. She's already got 2 for 2 tonight. Misses that one.
Emily Corial on the line for Peters Township.
She'll get one more substitution now. Katie Fife checks back in for the Lady Indians. She was in the first quarter rather. She's back in again. Emily Corial shooting her second. It is through and good, and the game is now tied up at 12. Panthers with the ball. Both teams have shifted to man-to-man defense. Emily Muller at the free throw line. Grace Highland dribbling across right side, right down Main Street, up and off the glass, and good. Grace Highland with a tremendous drive to the bucket. Her first basket, but it's 4 points. She's 2 for 2 from the line. A long 2-point attempt, no good. Emily Muller with a rebound. Emily Corial trying to come over the top, did not make it. Taylor Gensler from the right side. Dribbles right down the lane, off the rim, no good, and off Peters. Yes, should be off St. Clair. 2 Peters Township hands on it, so I couldn't tell you who they were. But it's a 14-12 Panther lead right now with 5:40 to go first half. Taylor Gensler from 18 on the baseline, no good. Rebounded by Sam Higgins. Emily Corial. Maddie Miller off the glass and in. Her second bucket, 4 points of the night for Maddie, and we're tied up at 14. 5:22 to go first half. Haley Lohman out front. Panthers patient now. Looks at Peters back to that 2-1-2 zone. Taylor Gensler from about 18 again, same spot as before. Also off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Peters Township, Emily Corial. Dribbling right, took a couple of extra steps, I thought. Well, it's up and it's good. Emily Corial. 7 points tonight, and now the Peters Township Lady Indians have their largest lead of the night. It's only 2, but it's 16-14. 2-1-2 zone defense. Troy Bishop down low off the glass, too hard off the glass, no good. Rebound though by Taylor Gensler. Comes right out with it, looking for help. Finds it in the form of Grace Highland. Emily Muller from about 10 feet, and it's in. Emily Muller having a good shooting night. Her first bucket of the second quarter. 6 total on the night. And we are tied up at 16 with 4:20 to go, first half. Very nice left-handed drive that time by Marissa Morgan. Her first bucket of the night. 2 points for Marissa, and it's a 2-point Lady Indian lead at 18-16. Taylor Gensler, no shot that time. Too many Indians around her. Emily Muller, though, from 10, and in again. Emily Muller, deadly from about 10 feet in. 8 points tonight already for Emily, and it's an 18-18 tie game with 3:45 to go, first half. Oh, that was a pretty good chance. Maddie Miller stumbled heading down the lane. She must have tripped on one of the lines. Taylor Gensler got her hand on it, could not control it. Out of bounds to Peters Township. 42, Rachel Broadland on the floor now for the Lady Panthers. Rachel is a junior, number 42. Maggie Betchett, 14, also back on the floor. We saw her earlier. Indians having a tough time getting that ball in. Emily Coriel way out front. Nifty little head fake. And Marissa Morgan with her second bucket of the night. That's 4 points for Marissa. 3:30 to go, and it's a 2018 Peters Township lead. Grace Highland with a long three-point attempt to the front of the rim, no good. Emily Coriel with the rebound. Marissa Morgan. And Sam Higgins, number 25. Man-to-man defense now by the Panthers, and it's a timeout called. Sam Higgins looked to be bottled up here, could not get the ball, couldn't do anything with it really. Panthers man-to-man defense had everybody covered. Looks like it'll be a short 30-second timeout called by Coach Pete Serio of the Lady Indians from Peters Township, rather, to make sure that his Chargers did not get a 5-second call and give the Panthers a turnover. So, it's been a pretty exciting contest so far. I've talked myself just about to death here. It's a 2018 Lady Indians lead here with 3:05 left in the first half. Emily Coriel, who usually leads the Indians in scoring, has the lead again tonight with 7 points. Sam Higgins, the senior guard, number 25, with 5. Substitution number 14 back in the floor. That's Ellie Hanlon. She's in with 2 personal fouls. And gets the ball at half court. Maddie Miller. Emily Coriel with a turnaround. A little too hard off the rim. No good. Rachel Broadland with a rebound. Comes out with it. And that'll be Grace Highland who will bring the ball across the timeline for the Panthers with 2:45 to go. Panthers trail by 2, 2018 Peters. Taylor Gensler down low, looking for help. That zone defense is back. Grace Highland from about 18. That one's in, rattles in and in. Off the front, the back, the side, and in. 6 points for Grace Highland, and we're all knotted up at 20. 2:24 to go, first half. Poked away by Grace Highland. It'll stay with the Lady Indians, rather. Ellie Hanlon finds Maddie Miller. Yep, hand check called. Maggie Betchett playing a little bit too close on the defense. Still no real foul problems. That's her first. 4 St. Clair team fouls. And Peters Township retains possession with 2:12 to go in the first half. Maddie Miller, tipped away. Rachel Broadland does not come up with it. Taylor Gensler does. Tipped away in the lane. Too many Panther hands. Just under 2 minutes to go now. First half tied up at 20. Grace Highland finding Maggie Betchett, a lazy pass. Stolen. Thrown right back to Grace Highland. Drive it down the lane, and she will be fouled. Looks like it's by number 25, Sam Higgins. We'll see in just a second here. Nope, number 30, that's Marissa Morgan.
Marissa Morgan, number 30 for Peters Township.
That is her first. Still only 4 team fouls.
Fourth, Grace Highland on the line.
Grace Highland on the line shooting 2. She's 2 for 2 already tonight, and make that 3 for 3.
Grace goes first.
And 7 points for Grace to take over the team lead. And it's 21-20 Panthers, 1:45 to go, first half. Back of the rim, front of the rim, no good, but Emily Muller with a rebound. And she goes up and got her wrist grabbed by Ellie Hanlon. That'll be the 3rd foul on Ellie Hanlon.
Fouls on number 14, Ellie Hanlon.
I'm sure that's not what Coach Serio wanted to see in the first half. Ellie will have to sit. Emily Muller at the line shooting 2. Had no free throw attempts tonight. She's pretty good, and that's off the front of the rim. No good. I must have jinxed her.
Susan McLean, number 13.
And Susan McLean for the Panthers, number 13, and she's a junior.
20, Sarah Griffey.
And number 20 for the Lady Indians of Peters Township, rather, Sarah Grippy. Back in the game, Emily Muller with the free throw. That one's off the rim and good. 9 points for Emily Muller. And it's a 22-20 Panther lead. 1:35 to go, first half. The drive, the block by Emily Muller, grabs it off. Sends it up to Maggie Betcher from the left side. Looking for help, finds Grace Highland from about 15 feet. And Grace, that's good. And one. Grace Highland. That personal will be on number 11, Maddie Miller. It's her first. Still only 16 fouls. Next one results in bonus for the Panthers, but that was really nicely done by Grace Highland. She gets to shoot 1, and it is in. Number 21 checks back in for the first time we've seen her, I think, Katie Kushma. Number 21 on the floor for the Lady Indians, and the Panthers with the largest lead of the night at 25-20 after completing the 3-point play done by Grace Highland. And there she is on the defense. Emily Coryell way out front. So almost stolen by Susan McLean. Almost. She had a good look at that one. Good anticipation by Susan. But it does go out of bounds. And with 1:11 to go first half, Peters Township keeps possession of the ball. The man-to-man defense is what seems to be flummoxing right now the Lady Indians. Well, sort of a wild shot way over the rim and nothing but air. Emily Coryell right down the middle off the glass. No good. Gets her own rebound. Whoa, well, Emily Muller tried to get that one, but it looks like Emily Muller with the push. Yes, Emily Coryell gets credit for 2. And it is indeed Emily Muller.
That's 2 fouls on Emily Muller. 44, number Tori Bishop.
Substitution, Tori Bishop back in, Emily Muller out. She has 2 personals, and I'm sure Ernie Kuntz is close to the end of the first half. With only 57 seconds to go, doesn't want her to be getting a third. Emily Coryell at the line, shooting 1. Off the rim, no good. Tori Bishop with a rebound, stolen away. She gets it back again. That was Sam Higgins with the attempt by Peters Township, but the free throw is missed. Panthers with 45 seconds to go, first half, and a 3-point lead at 25-22. Maggie Betcher, yep, Panthers taking their time against the Peters Township zone. With 30, I expect to use that last 30 seconds of the first half for 1 shot. Grace Highland, she's allowed to hold the ball out there as long as the defense is indifferent and doesn't bother to cover her. If the defense comes out to cover, she's only got 5 seconds to do something with it, and there she starts to put the ball in motion. 15 seconds to go now. Panthers need a nice play right here to get 1 more bucket before the end of the half. 10 seconds now, 9, 8, 6 seconds now. Turnaround by Rachel Brawlin off the rim, no good. And Peters Township comes down with it with 2 seconds left, 1, and that's the end of the first half. A fast-paced, interesting first half sees the Upper St. Clair Panthers go away with a 25-22 lead. We'll have a quick scoring summary for you when we come right back. Stay with us, everybody, for half number 2. We are back. Thanks for sticking with us. It was only a couple of milliseconds for you. It was about 6 minutes for us. I'm Kevin McGahee. My videographer, cameraman is Chance Waters tonight. And we're just about set for the second half of tonight's contest between the Lady Indians of Peters Township High School and our homestanding Panthers of Upper St. Clair. Quick scoring summary for the Panthers. They lead 25-22, and Grace Highland leads all Panther scorers with 10. 3 2-point buckets and 4 for 4 from the line. That all adds up to 10. Emily Muller with 4 buckets and 1 of 1 from the line. That's 9. Haley Lohman, 1 bucket for 2 points, and Tori Bishop, 2 first quarter buckets for 4. That all adds up to 25. For the Peters Township Lady Indians, Emily Corial, as usual, leads the Peters Township scoring parade with 9. Sam Higgins with a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer in the first quarter. That's 5 for her. Marissa Morgan, number 30, came through in the second quarter with 2 buckets. That's 4 points for her. And Maddie Miller, the senior guard, number 11, 2 2-point buckets also for 4 points. That all adds up to 22. And the only foul trouble for anybody is Ellie Hanlon, number 14 for Peters Township. She has 3. Number 11, Maddie Miller, 1. Sam Higgins, number 25, 1. And Marissa Morgan, also 1 for Peters Township. Emily Muller, the only one, the senior center for the Panthers, the only one in foul trouble with 2. Other than that, there's no serious issues going on here. It's been a very fast-paced opening half of basketball here, with the lead having seesawed back and forth, with the teams trading buckets all the way through the first quarter. Second quarter, Panthers stretched out a lead to 5 points. It's right now at 3, 25-22, and the Panthers proceeding left to right on your TV screen in white. We'll get the ball to start the second half, and that will be Grace Highland pitching it into Haley Lohman. Maggie Betchert, left side. Peters Township back in a, well, it looks kind of like a man-to-man, but not really. Tori Bishop down low, up and off the rim, no good. Emily Muller not getting the rebound off her hand and out of bounds, fighting for it with Ellie Hanlon, number 14, who's on the floor with 3 personal fouls. Coach Serio seems to believe she won't get another one. This will be Maddie Miller, number 11, bringing the ball across the timeline for Peters Township. From the baseline, Ellie Hanlon. Panthers have put on that man-to-man defense. Number 15 off the rim, no good. Emily Muller down with the rebound. That was Katie Fife with a shot for Peters Township. Emily Muller ripping it off the rim rather. Emily Muller from 10, off the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, and in that time. Nice putback by Emily Muller. 11 points tonight for Emily, and it's the largest lead of the night at 5 for the Panthers at 25-22. 1 minute gone for second half. Emily Corial with a little spin move off the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound. Could have been a body foul. Wasn't for the third time. She gets 3 shots at it and finally makes 1. And that's 11 points for Emily Corial. First Peters Township bucket of the second half. And that lead is back to 3 where it was at halftime. Grace Highland, no good, but Tori Bishop with the rebound and the putback. All offensive rebounding has been very good for the Panthers tonight. Tori Bishop with her first point since the first quarter, and it is 6 points for Tori Bishop, and the lead is back to 5, 29-24 Panthers. Tough Panthers defense, and timeout or 5-second call. We were talking about that in the first half. As the Panthers are tying up the Peters Township guards out at the timeline. That time, the 5-second call without having passed the ball leads to a turnover for the Panthers. Panthers with a chance now to extend that lead to 7. It's larger than it's been all night. 2 minutes gone, third quarter. Haley Lohman looking for help down low, doesn't find it. 2-3 zone. Defense being played by Peters Township. Haley Lohman will be very patient, as it should be. What you want to do cross this zone. Emily Muller from 10 and down. Great penetration drive by Maggie Betcher. That's the drive and dish to Emily Muller. 13 points. Sam Higgins drives the ball across the time. Poked away by Grace Highland and almost recovered by Emily Muller. She had a pretty good beat on it, and now the Panthers do have the largest lead of the night at 7. It's 31-24 Lady Panthers. Ellie Hanlon bringing the ball in against the man-to-man defense. Maddie Miller out front. Haley Lohman with the defense. Finds Emily Corial from 10 feet in the baseline. Off the rim, no good. Bad shooting night tonight for Emily Corial so far. Maggie Betchert finds Tori Bishop down low off her hands. Nice thought, but just poked away at the last minute off Tori Bishop's hands and out of bounds. That'll belong to the Lady Indians of Peters Township. 5:20 to go, third quarter. It's a 7-point Lady Panther lead at 31-24.
Good work, Emily. Keep working there.
This game is flying by. Not a lot of fouls, not a lot of timeouts. Kick ball. Grace Highland, good presence of mind, though. That's nothing wrong with that. He's using all parts of the body to keep a pass from being completed. Peters Township retains possession on the kick ball. From 15, Maddie Miller off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Emily Corial. Brings it right back, and from 17, nothing but air. Maggie Betchert grabs that rebound, shortest player on the floor. Maggie Betchert with a rebound, and with 4:45 to go. Panthers on the offense now with a chance to make the lead 9 against that 2-3 Peters Township zone. Haley Lohman to the bucket and off the stomach, really. She drove it right into the stomach of Sarah Grippy, number 20. Off her hip and out of bounds. Ball stays with the Panthers under their own basket. Tori Bishop with a nice seal move. Great inlet by Emily Muller. Tori Bishop with the bucket, and the Panthers have really put the juice on here, outscoring the Lady Indians of Peters Township 8-2 halfway through the third quarter here, and they've stretched to what was a 3-point lead at halftime to 9 at 33-24. Emily Muller, the senior center, leading all Panther scorers now with 13. Grace Highland with 10. That's as much as she had at halftime. Tori Bishop, though, in there with a rebound and a putback and that nifty seal move you just saw for her second bucket of the half, and she's in with 8. Haley Lohman has the lone other Panthers bucket with 2. The only scorer so far for the Lady Indians in this half is Emily Corial. She had a 2-point off that 3 offensive rebound effort just a couple of minutes ago. The only Peters Township bucket. She has 11 on the night to lead all Peters Township scores, and the Panthers have taken control of this contest. Let's see if they can overcome this timeout and keep the pressure on. The man-to-man, the change to the man-to-man defense is what did this. It's pressure the Peters Township guards, and Emily Corial has had a pretty poor shooting, even though she leads all Peters Township scores. She has not been deadly from the floor. Maddie Miller against the Haley Lohman. 3-quarter court pressure. Emily Corial finds right back to Maddie Miller. That's a nifty little move. Nice assist by Emily Corial, and Maddie Miller with her 6th point tonight, first of the second half. First points of the second half. Grace Highland from about 18 drains it through. That's a 2-pointer. Grace Highland now with 12. Poked away by Grace Highland. Nice quickness there. Panthers now with a full court man-to-man pressure. And that's suddenly driving the Peters Township Indians buggy. That lead is still 9. Number 30 back on the floor for the Lady Indians. That's Marissa Morgan. She played a good bit in the first half. And number 20, Sarah Grippy, takes a quick break. Panthers relax that full court man-to-man pressure. Poked away, but right into the hands of Emily Corial with the left hand driving into the lane. Well, she sort of shouldered her way right into Tori Bishop, but Tori Bishop for the Panthers called for the personal foul. That's her second. First team foul. But Emily Corial gets 2. Free throws, that is. 3 for 5 on the night so far for Corial. Off the back of the rim, no good. 3 for 6. Substitution, first time we've seen number 12. That's Sarah Bame on the floor for Peters Township. Ellie Hanlon with 3 personals takes a break. Sarah Bame is a junior forward, and Emily Corial makes the second one. She's 4 of 7 on the night, and that's 12 points for Emily Corial. Maggie Betchert finds Tori Bishop low off the rim with the left hand, and good. Nice assist by Maggie Betchert. Nice finish by Tori Bishop for 10 points. 3 players in double figures for the Panthers tonight. Baseline 3-point attempt is good, drains right through. That's Sam Higgins. She had one of those early in the first half. That 10-point lead the Panthers had a second ago is down to 7. Looks like Peters Township getting frustrated, and not over and back, but thrown away. Haley Lohman lost her balance. Emily Coryell with a nice little turn, no good. Offensive rebound up, another defensive snatched away by Emily Muller that time with 2:50 to go in the third quarter. It's a 37-37 point Upper St. Clair Panther lead. Haley Lohman now. Peters Township has shifted. They've got a man-to-man defense. Tori Bishop right with the right hand, and up and in. That one should count. Sure enough, it does. Tori Bishop and the personal on Marissa Morgan. Tori Bishop, 8 points in the quarter, and goes to the line to try to complete the three-point play and get that lead back to 10. Off the glass, no good, not off the rim. That'll go right over to the upper, Peters Township Lady Indians. Tori Bishop actually had some choices. She did a good thing by heading toward the bucket, but she had two other players on her left wide open that time as the Peters Township defense had come out way too far, and the Panthers snuck in behind it. Maddie Miller off her hip, no good, stolen away by Emily Muller, picked up and head the other way. Grace Highland with speed. Right to the bucket, poked away, and who's it belong to? Stays with the Upper St. Clair Lady Panthers off of Peters Township hand. Substitution for the Lady Indians, Katie Kushma. She's back, she's 21, we've seen her before. Grace Highland now with the inbounds. Panthers playing with the same five we started with. There's Tori Bishop. Maggie Betchert looking for help underneath. Man-to-man defense. Haley Lohman actually got a wallop that time. No foul called, and Peters Township has that ball. They've shifted this man-to-man, making life difficult for everyone. Traveling violation called. Looks like she shifted her feet while she was still dribbling. Excellent defense by Grace Highland that time to confuse Peters. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Panthers lead by 9 with the ability to stretch it now to 11. As Lars has been all night. Emily Muller with a quick turnaround, no shot. Decides to reset and start over. Grace Highland, right side. That's a two-pointer. Header foot just inside the line. Grace Highland now with 14 to lead all Panther scores, and it's an 11-point Panther lead, 41-30. Emily Coryell with a spin move in the right hand, no good. Grace Highland coming away with the ball straight toward the hoop, up, and we've got a choice of two. Who's that one going to be on? We shall see in just a minute. That'll be on Katie Kushma, number 21. That's her first, second team foul, and Grace Highland at the line shooting two. Already 4 for 4 tonight for Grace. Make that 5 for 5.
Number 11, Maddie Miller in for Peters.
Maddie Miller subs back in for Peters Township. Sarah Boehm out. Grace Highland with one more to stretch that lead to 13. And that doesn't quite do it. It's still the lead is 12, 42-30. This Panthers defense is really good, given the Lady Indians fits. 42-30. Thought she walked that. Oh, right into the Tori Bishop defense. No foul called. Great position by Tori Bishop's part to grab that ball away from Emily Coryell. There she is at the free throw line, no shot. Emily Muller, though, from 10 of the baseline, back the rim, no good. A rebound, Peters. She does get it away. That was Marissa Morgan with a rebound. Maddie Miller right down the lane. Out of control, really, but Maggie Betchert did get her with the body, and that will send Maddie Miller to the line shooting two. Maggie Betchert, that's her second. Second team foul this half, and Maddie Miller at the line shooting two. First one up and good. Number 22, Taylor Gensler checks in for the Lady Panthers. Tori Bishop will take a break, and well deserved. 8 points in the quarter for Tori Bishop. She has been a force underneath. Maddie Miller with her second, and it is off the rim, no good. A rebound, Taylor Gensler, and Haley Lohman with 46 seconds to go. Let's see if the Panthers pull up. Indeed, the Panthers do pull up. They're going to spend that 46 seconds on the final shot, most likely. Used to be a common thread. Haley Lohman being defended, so she's got 5 seconds to get rid of that ball. She does. Maggie Betchert now on them with a man-to-man defense. She lost her defender but did not go to the bucket. Panthers being patient. Emily Corial stealing it from Emily Muller, and it's a jump ball. That'll belong to Peters Township. 16.9 seconds to go, third quarter. Panthers with an 11-point lead at 42-31. Little hand check, little too close of the foul by Grace Highland for the Panthers. That's Grace Highland's second personal foul, third team foul this half. Is it over? Oh, it's tipped by Grace Highland. That's not an over and back violation. 3-point up and good as time expires. Pressure three-pointer by Marissa Morgan to bring the Peters Township Indians back into a single-digit deficit. It's 42-34 at the end of the third quarter. Another fast-paced quarter of basketball here with the Panthers having played extremely well to stretch a 3-point halftime lead now to 8. Only 4 scorers on the night at all for the Peters Township Lady Indians. Emily Corial, the senior center, leads everybody with 12. Sam Higgins, number 25, the senior guard, with 8. Marissa Morgan, she's number 30, who just hit that three-pointer, with 7. And Maddie Miller with 7. Free throw shooting, Maddie Miller, 1 of 2 from the line. And Emily Corial, 4 of 7. Only 2 with free throws tonight. Foul trouble still belongs with number 14, Ellie Hanlon, who has 3, and Marissa Morgan with 2. For the Lady Panthers, 3 players in double figures now for the Panthers. That would be Grace Highland leading all Panthers with 15. Emily Muller, the senior center, with 13. Tori Bishop with 12. And Haley Lohman with the lone other bucket with 2. 4 scores for each team. And it's a 42-34 lead as we go into quarter number 4. See if the Panthers can stretch out this lead and make some progress against this man-to-man half-court pressure. Grace Highland. Taylor Gensler still on the floor. She was there to end the third quarter. Tori Bishop, I'm sure the Coach Kuntz is saving her for later in the game. She had such a fabulous third quarter. Maggie Betchert with the left hand finds Emily Muller down low. Man-to-man, tough defense now by the Peters Township Lady Indians. Panthers being very careful, no need to rush. Poked away and out of bounds by Katie Kushma. Ball stays with the Panthers with 7:23 to go in the contest. Grace Highland gets the ball right back, heads right to the bucket, no good. Too many hands from about 15 feet, rim no good, rebounded by Marissa Morgan for Peters Township. Pretty good shot by Grace, just off the rim and out. Long bucket, it's a three-pointer. Katie Kushma, number 21, her first points of the night, and it's a 3. Peters Township back within 5 now, 42-37. I expect to see a little more of this as Coach Serio wants his charges back in this game, and there's still plenty of time to get there. Panthers going to have to figure out this man-to-man defense. There's one way to do it. Emily Muller with the baseline drive up and in. Emily Muller with 15 to tie Grace Highland for the team lead. Emily Corial with a little spin move to her right. Looks like Maggie Betchert might be guilty of the habeas gravis. Indeed, that's Maggie Betchert. That is her third personal, 4th team foul for the quarter, but it does send Emily Corial to the line shooting 2. First one back rim and in. 13 for Corial. Tori Bishop comes back in now. Maggie Betchert will take a quick break. Taylor Gensler stays in the game. Emily Muller, Grace Highland, and Haley Lohman. Second one swishes through. 14 points for Emily Coriel. Now, Panthers needing a pressure bucket right now. 6:30 to go in the game. 5-point Panther lead at 44-39. No foul trouble for anybody. Not a good pass by Grace Highland to the bucket, and that'll be, let's see if it's on the shot. Let's see if it's a two-shot foul. It's on Sam Higgins. Blocking foul, and they will indeed shoot two.
Fouls on number 25, Sam Higgins of Peters. Grace Highland will go to
3 team fouls for Peters so far. And Grace Highland goes to the line shooting 2, having a pretty good shooting night so far. 5 of 6. Make it 6 of 7. And that's 16 points for Grace Highland to lead the Panthers. Emily Muller not far behind with 15. The lead is 6. Second one, over the rim and in.
foul shot for 17 points on the night for Grace Highland.
7 of 8 from the line for Grace Highland tonight. Another three-pointer attempt from the baseline. Rib back to the rim, no good. And Haley Lohman comes back with the ball and hustles across the timeline. Here again, no need to hurry, and she did drag her foot. Yep. She got there in plenty of time, and in the effort to get rid of the ball, she did shift that 1 foot she had down. That's a travel. And with 6 minutes to go in the game, Panthers lead by 7, 46-39. Emily Coriel with the rebound. Blocked. Taylor Gensler blocked from behind. Emily Coriel did not expect that. The Panthers come away with it now. 7-point lead, 5:43 to go. Tori Bishop at the free throw line. Emily Muller from 10 in the baseline. Not down again. Emily Muller has had a tremendous shooting night. 17 for Emily. Rebound, Tori Bishop, and she got hammered. Pushed to the floor. That one will be on Sam Higgins. That'll be her third. Still only 4 team fouls for both teams tonight.
Fouls on number 25 for Peters and Higgins.
Substitution. Ellie Hanlon, number 14, back on the floor for Peters. She's in with 3. Sam Higgins out with 3 personals, and the Panthers with the ball, and 5:27 to go to hold this 9-point lead they enjoy right now at 48-39. Man to man. Grace Highland drains it from about 18 feet. Grace Highland and Emily Muller, the 1-2 combination tonight. 19 points for Grace Highland, and that lead is back to 11. Up and off the rim, no good. Emily Coriel with a rebound up off the glass, no good. Taylor Gensler ripping that ball out of there. 4:56 to go. Panthers soundly in control here. You know how the old saying goes, if you lead by more points than there are minutes left on the clock at this stage, 92-3% of the time you're going to win, and it looks pretty good for the Panthers right now. They need to be patient with the ball. Well, they weren't patient that time. It's actually hammered away by Marissa Morgan. Emily Coriel in the lane and in. Another chance for a 3-point play by Emily Coriel. Let's see who that personal is on. It's on Taylor Gensler. That's her first personal, 5 team fouls. Emily Coriel misses, and that rebound in the hands of Grace Highland. Not a great shooting night tonight for Emily Coriel from the line or from the field. Man-to-man defense still. Grace Highland. Tori Bishop poked away. That was probably a foul from behind. Taylor Gensler held ball, and that should belong on the alternate possession. That belongs to Peters. That means coming down the stretch here, Upper St. Clair will have it next. 9-point lead. Halfway through quarter number 4. We're just approaching 4 minutes to go. 50-41 Lady Panthers lead. Long 3-point attempt by Ellie Hanlon. No good. Rebound knocked away and gathered in by Grace Highland. Tori Bishop bringing it out into free territory. Well done by Grace Highland to chase that one down. 3:45 now. And the lead is still 9 for the Panthers at 50-41. No foul. Haley Lohman dragging that ball out of there. Oh, Grace Highland took her eye off it. Haley's got it back. Nicely done right in front of me by Taylor Gensler. She disrupted the ball handling by Emily Corial, Emily being the last one to touch it. That keeps the ball with the Upper St. Clair Panthers. The lead is still 9. 3:25 to go. Half court, man-to-man pressure by Peters Township. Poked away by Sam Higgins. Stays again with the Panthers. 2 substitutions. Katie Cushman, number 21, back on for Peters Township. Number 14, Maggie Betchert, with 3 personals, back on for the Lady Panthers. So the 5 starters are back on the floor for the Panthers. Emily Muller keeping hold of that ball. Tori Bishop off her leg and gathered in by Peters Township. Sam Higgins got a hold of that one. 3 minutes to go, 9-point Panther lead. Long 3-point attempt by Ellie Hanlon, rather. No good. Maggie Betchert, not really needing to do this, but a nice layup anyway. There it is. Her first bucket of the night here in the 4th quarter to stretch that St. Clair lead to 11. Marissa Morgan trying to get through a 2-person blockade by the Panthers. The blocking foul called on Grace Highland. That's her 3rd. But now it's 16 fouls. Next personal by the Panthers sends Peters Township to the line with a bonus, and there it is. That was going to be on Tori Bishop on the nifty move to the hoop by Emily Corial. 44. That one is on Tori Bishop. That's her 3rd. Emily Corial at the line shooting 2. 16 points on the night for Emily Corial. Let's see what she got from the free throw line. It is long, no good. And she'll get a second. That one's good. Timeout called by Coach Serio of the Peters Township Lady Indians. Panthers with a 10-point lead and 2 minutes and 38 seconds to hold it. It's been a tremendous shooting night by the 1-2 punch of Grace Highland and Emily Muller. Grace Highland with 19, Emily Muller with 17 to lead everybody by a wide margin. Tori Bishop, the sophomore number 44, has 12. She's not scored here yet in the 4th quarter. A little defense required and some intelligent ball handling. The Peters defense has really come on here. So far, it has bothered the Panthers, but it hasn't hurt us. As the Lady Panthers have come up with timely baskets like that drive we just saw by Maggie Betchert. It's going to be a half-court man-to-man pressure by Peters Township. Emily Corial, the senior 6'3" center, way out front, hoping to do this. Trap out here in the forecourt. Did not work. Now we set up a more traditional man-to-man half-court offense and defense. 2:25 to go for the Panthers. 10-point lead, 52-42. Maggie Betchert. Panthers trying to eat up time. The clock is their 6th man right now. The clock is our buddy. Oh, but Grace Highland looked to try to pass it to Tori Bishop. Did not do it. Comes away, the Lady Indians come away with it. Mostly, though, no 3-point attempts by the Lady Indians. Well, there's one blocked by Maggie Betchert. No foul. Ellie Hanlon had a shot at that, but she did not get it off. Well done by Maggie Betchert. Pushing foul committed by Emily Corial. The Lady Indians have a lot to give here. That's her first of the night. Unusual for the big person on the team. But sure enough, that's only 5 team fouls. Now, I don't think the Peters Township Lady Indians want to have a free throw shooting contest here. The Panthers have outclassed them tonight in the hands of Grace Highland. Still 10-point lead, 1:40 now to go in the contest. Emily Muller finds Grace Highland. Chooses not to shoot, rather uses up time. 1:33 now. Yeah, Emily Muller actually got hammered by somebody. Yeah, number 30, that'll be Marissa Morgan. Should be her 3rd. 6 team fouls on the Lady Indians now. Next one does send the Panthers to the line for the bonus.
Marissa Morgan, her 3rd, team 6.
Grace Highland with the inbound. Haley Lohman gathers it in. And there's the 7th foul. Now the Lady Indians want to send the Panthers to the free throw. Let's see if the Panthers will make the free throws down the stretch. Haley Lohman, no free throw attempts tonight so far. 2 points. She had a bucket real early in the first quarter. But she will go to the line shooting 1 and 1. It is no good. Rebounded by Marissa Morgan of the Lady Indians. 3-point attempt in front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Peters. Emily Corial comes away with it. She'll dribble right into the bucket, into the lane rather, no good. That one should belong to the Panthers. If it's a held ball. Change of possession, sends the ball to the Panthers. No foul called. It's a possession change. Belongs to Upper St. Clair. That one will be on Katie Kushma. Haley Lohman with another chance at a 1-and-1. She missed the first half of the 1-and-1 just a minute ago. It's up, and it is off the rim, no good. You didn't get much more in than that. 1:07 to go, and the Lady Indians needing 10 points in a big hurry. Defense by the Panthers. Maddie Morgan over the Emily Muller. Defense no good. Rebounded by, it looks like, Grace Highland. Coming up gingerly on one leg. That'll be on Marissa Morgan. That's her 4th. And now it's Grace Highland at the line shooting 1-and-1. She's had a great night from the line. 7 of 8 from the line tonight. Not the one the Lady Indians wanted to foul. Off the rim, no good. 53 seconds to go. Still a 10-point Panther lead of 52-42. Way overhead and out of bounds. That was headed for Maddie Miller. Over her head and out of bounds. This probably seals it now. 47 seconds. Not sure Peters Township can come up with 10 points in that kind of time. Panthers just need to take care of the ball now. The next foul gives the Panthers 2 shots. Maddie Miller grabbing the ball but dribbling it out of bounds. Stays with the Panthers. Haley Lohman in the backcourt. There's the 10th personal foul. That one is on Katie Kushma. That'll be her 4th. But now it's 2 shots for Haley Lohman, not just a 1-on-1. 37 seconds to go now. Haley Lohman shooting 2. First one is off the back of the rim. No good. She'll get one more. It's up, and that one is good. 3 points tonight for Haley Lohman. 53-42. Lady Panthers with 35 seconds to go now in the contest. Long 3-point attempt comes up short. Haley Lohman, smallest player on the floor with a rebound. Another foul, this time again on Sam Higgins. That'll be 4 on Sam Higgins. And Haley will go back to the line again, shooting 2. Lady Indians not giving up, but this one has been over for a little bit. Haley Lohman 1 for 4 from the line. Make it 2 of 5. And 4 points on the night for Haley. In and out, no good. And Peters Township with a rebound, but only 26 seconds to do something with it. Long 3-point attempt by 2-pointer. She had her foot on the line. Emily Corial with a rebound, no good. Off to St. Clair hands and out of bounds, though, to Peters. Yeah. The underneath ref had called it St. Clair's way. It was actually off to St. Clair hands and out of bounds. Belongs to Peters. That is the right call. Emily Corial, way outside. She's not going to shoot from there. Into the lane, 10 seconds left. Emily Corial, well, which indeed shoots him out there. Made a liar out of me. Emily Corial with 3, and that will do it. And the Upper St. Clair Panthers get a Section 4 victory tonight over the visiting Lady Indians of Peters Township. It's 54-45. Panthers now at 4-2. Peters Township goes to 3-3, and the big contest comes up Tuesday night when the Lady Panthers meet Mount Lebanon for the first time, rated number 1 in WPIAL. We're glad you are with us tonight, everybody. It's a victory for the Lady Panthers at 54-45. My name's Kevin McGahey. My cameraman has been Chance Waters all night. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody, and be sure to stay with us for future telecasts on Upper St. Clair Cable 7. Thanks, everybody, and good night.